Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Broverwatch podcast. My name is Adam Cook, and with me here, as always, is Calder Amos Wood. Calder, how are you doing today, little boy?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing quite all right. The Broverwatch podcast, of course, is the number one Overwatch League-related podcast for casuals. For people who don't watch the one that is produced by the people who work for the Overwatch League. Pretty much. Calder and I just like the Overwatch League, and we like talking to each other about it, so we figured, hey, let's send it out there for people to listen to. So that's why we're here.
We should get a subreddit.
No one's going to listen to that. No one's going to go to that.
No one's going to listen to my subreddit?
No one's going to listen to my subreddit. So, yeah, the Broverwatch podcast is a podcast where we dive in to Overwatch League news and games. Full disclosure, if you're hoping to hear our in-depth analysis of the World Cup games that happened this past weekend, probably not gonna happen. Cause
barely watched.
I did watch a little bit.
Yeah. It's just terrible timing for us.
Yeah. The time zone thing kind of screwed it over, and also that's the main thing, but it's also partially like, I don't want to sound like all up and uppity up, but most of the teams I care about have already played. That sounds offensive, but I'm just being honest.
I think I'll watch a couple of this week's it's the pair stage, right? Yeah, it's the pair stage. Because they're in the morning for us.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
But like last week started at 1, I think, for us. 1 or.
Yeah, I went on
1 or something.
Twitch and I was like, oh wait, it's on, and it's like, oh no, it's a rerun.
Yeah.
So I could have watched the reruns, but I already knew the scores. Yeah. Anyway. So we'll touch on the scores, but we won't have any analysis really for it.
No.
All right, let's just jump right into the news.
Oh, I guess I'll mention this at another point. I'm sorry.
No, say it now.
No. The Paris team, there was like a source rumor thing from one of the leak boys in the Overwatch League game that said the Paris team only has a GM and is waiting until after this weekend, the Paris World Cup stage, to try and sign a French. What was the French Overwatch team name? I think it was Vitality or something.
Mm-hmm.
So that's likely why we're not hearing anything at all from the Paris team, which is I guess Paris and BC have sort of been the quietest team so far.
Yeah.
Because we
Vancouver, not BC. Okay.
Oh, we even get a little stuff from the Chinese teams, like, hey, help us pick our name and stuff like that.
Yeah. Paris has pretty much said nothing.
Yeah.
Although we don't have this, I don't know if you put it down, but I don't think we have this as a, no, you don't. We don't have this as a topic, so I'll just mention it. But apparently Atlanta is spending the big bucks to try and get a mixed team.
Yeah.
So it's not just full Korean, like it seems pretty much every other team is trying to do.
Yeah. And it like the full Korean thing is basically just like a money saving tactic, it seems like.
Yeah.
For these teams. Which is
a winning tactic, probably.
I mean Philly was a mixed team. So it's not
Gladiators and Valiant were mixed teams, yeah.
So it's not like they're the worst.
I do think that and like players have been talking about this in regards to the World Cup as well a lot. Like XQC's been saying it, how South Korea isn't really super scary anymore. Because it seems like South Korea is still just as good, probably even better than they were before. But all the other regions have also, like, improved
Caught
like
up a little bit.
crazy. Yeah.
Now, like, South Korea is probably much deeper than, let's say, America or Canada or one of these places, but like deeper in skill pool. But at the top tier, they're kind of getting close.
Yeah.
So anyway, nice first topic to start it off. 100% improvised, no sources or anything. Nice job, Calder. Hate you.
Nice job, Calder. Love you.
Now the real first story, more expansion news, because this is pretty much going to be news about expansion teams for the next month, really, because this is only expansion teams can really do anything right now.
Yeah.
But Yanis and Wizard Young joined are officially on DC now.
Officially on DC now.
And I believe they're also trying to unofficially go for a mixed roster too. Is that something that I read?
DC is?
Yeah. I think I read that somewhere. There's so much.
You've mentioned a couple times how Wizard Hyung and Yanis are both very good at speaking English, so...
No, I think that was Toronto that I was talking
about. Yeah. Although I have heard that also for DC.
So maybe we won't see all full Korean expansion teams.
That would be nice. I want to see Boy Mang Mang Mama Chu in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's kind of big because Yanis was one of the better main tanks in last season, even though he split playing time with
Mano.
Mano, yeah.
Mano.
I get the Excel tank names confused.
Mano and Meko.
Like which one's off and which one's main.
Yeah.
It's just because I'm stupid, everybody.
So, so that's big. Wizard Hyung was like one of the biggest question marks. One of the biggest question marks going into the off season, especially since like he was one of the first announcements was that he left, and it was like, wow, and what's gonna happen to him? So now we know, and it's pretty big deal. Now before we get into this next story, King Michael kind of been leaking up a storm. He's been like leaking all over the place.
It's like you know when you got some rusty pipes
and there's a bit of a hole in them.
There's a little hole, and then it gets a little cold too. It gets a little freeze or burn.
A cold rusty pipe,
and then a little Michael comes out because he's the leak boy.
You ever have a little King Michael come out of your cold rusty pipe hole? Because that's what's happening to the Overwatch League off season right now. He's leaking all over the place.
And who's gonna clean him up? Oh wait, no one.
No one's gonna clean him up.
Number 2 leak boy in the game.
Number 2 leak boy in the game. Number 1 leak boy being
Jacob Wolf.
You think so?
I don't know. I wish he was more active right
What's
now.
happened to Slasher?
I haven't heard anything from Slasher.
I think he's on vacation or something.
Years.
I think he said something about that.
If there was something really important,
he'd say something.
He'd say something.
Honestly, also, if the main thing you do is leak stuff, you might not want to go on vacation during the off season, if you know what I'm saying. So
something's wrong with you today, and I just don't know what it is.
So Michael says, sources say San Francisco Shock players are unhappy with their team and have expressed that they want to leave the team due to management pursuing certain trades. I don't feel it is time for me to name drop here. Information should come out eventually about this. So apparently there's some grumpy boys over on the Shock. How you feel about this, Calder?
Oh, update on Slasher side note. and I feel very sad about that, and I want to cry.
We'll get into that a little more after this.
Slasher said, if you've noticed, the one and only true League boy is on hiatus from Overwatch League and other esports deals for the time being until my own moves are completed. Don't get baited by false info now. Eggplant.
So he's just on hiatus, not necessarily vacation.
And then there's also a picture of Jeff Kaplan at his desk with about 6 or 7 eggplants on his desk. So, Slasher, new character in Overwatch?
Maybe,
Likely.
I'm thinking.
Likely. He runs around and throws rusty pipes at you.
And eggplants.
And he gives his passive ability is tetanus.
And his shift ability is he releases a new update that nerfs all the heroes in the game.
He tweets, he tweets and then leaks that one of the other people is leaving the team, and then they just get kicked.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty balanced.
You press shift, and everyone on the enemy team gets nerfed. You press E, and a random player, maybe on our team, maybe on the other team, gets banned.
Bam.
That's a new hero idea.
And then you press Q, XQC automatically gets put in your game.
Yeah. He leaves whatever game he's currently playing. He gets put into your game.
Anyway. So
how do you feel about the Shock Boys?
I don't want it.
We
were doing well.
Please specify.
I don't want them to leave. Okay, in this thread today about the over or underrated players in the league, I saw one with Super. And people are like, Super's so overrated. He played half a season.
Yeah.
Like, people are saying he's good because he's good, but he's not the best. He's younger than us. You can't be saying someone's terrible when they've barely played. Yeah. Or overrated when they've barely played.
This is what I'm thinking.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about people who are grumpy. I don't want to guess who's grumpy. But here's my prediction for Shock roster changes. You ready for this? Dante to Houston. And what they do is Houston has Smurf. He's part of the Optic Gaming sphere. He's not necessarily on Houston. But what they might do is go, okay, Smurf can go to Shock. If we get Dante goes to Outlaws. And that would be good for Outlaws because they get Dante. And it would be good for Shock because Super would get a main tank like competitor. And it would make him better. And it made Muma better. Muma was already good, and then Fact Fiction came in and he was even better.
But like we don't need to get the disgusting Minecraft boy off the team.
Yes, they do. They need to give him to Houston, though.
No.
Dante hasn't... He played 2 games the whole season.
No, he didn't.
As Sombra.
Yeah, because she was shit.
Yeah, but now he can play. His hero pool is too similar to Sinatra's for him to have any value on the Shock.
The only thing I'm worried about is them taking, like, the Shock getting completely skinned this offseason. Because there's rumors that Architect and Choi Hyobin might be going.
That's not good for them.
No. So then if we lose those 3, and then we get back... I mean...
Here's the thing, though, okay?
It's just...
You've still got Sinatra. You've still got what's his name? Sleepy. You've still got Nevix, who is probably one of the more underrated people in the... Like, there's been a lot of Shock players going, Nevix is crazy good at every hero in the game. What?
Are we sure he is?
No, that's what the Shock players are saying. That's what the Shock.
Are we sure about that?
That's what the Shock players are saying. I think your Shock boys will be fine. I don't think there's going to be a big mumble jumble. I think there will be a couple trades.
If Dante gets traded to Houston, I want
I'll buy you
Cool
his
Matt.
Houston
I
jersey.
want cool
I'm
Matt.
kidding. I'm not gonna do. No. Worst deal.
If we lose,
Worst
how about
deal.
this? We lose Architect and Choi Hyobin. We trade Dante. We get Linkser back.
No.
Mhm,
You can have
100%.
Clockwork as a analyst.
Or how about we just sign ShadowBurn? Because no one wants it.
Take ShadowBurn. I guess if you're getting rid of Architect, you might want ShadowBurn.
He doesn't play hit scan.
What? No, but he's a...
Architect is hit scan. Stupid.
Yeah, but
Idiot.
doesn't ShadowBurn play some Widow?
I don't think so.
No? For some reason.
Mostly hit scan.
But
we have Baby Bay, so maybe he's doing a little better. I don't know.
Baby Bay's not going to play next season. I'm just saying. What's he still doing there? Get rid of him. Give him to some team that will play him.
He dances.
Maybe he'll get traded.
Maybe he'll dance a little more. That's good for the team morale. And it'll make us win a lot. As you can tell, I'm being sarcastic. I'm very sad. I don't know why this was the second story you brought up. Because I'm just going to be sad for the rest of the day. Yeah.
Well, good news for you. Our next story is a big deal. It'll make you really happy. All right?
What is it?
My page isn't loading. It's going to make you really happy. Oh, no. It's not actually a very happy story.
Just tweeting about how I want to die right now. Follow me on Twitter at whatever it is. I don't remember.
Follow us on Twitter at the Broverwatch.
Go, it's your turn.
I know it's loading. So, I said this was a happy. Not really a happy, actually.
Oh, so you lied. Just like you always do. Nice job.
Nice job. King Michael also tweeted, San Francisco Shock isn't the only team who have had players want to leave. Another team has even more players upset with the org, but for different reasons. I'll talk about what team and why tomorrow. That was 2 days ago.
Didn't talk about
it. He did say it's not Mayhem. So people think it's either Valiant or Gladiators.
I'm also thinking maybe Boston.
Or Boston.
Nexel?
No.
Nexel?
It's not. No.
Two of their coach and one of their players left.
So?
And Arc is fraternizing with another team.
So?
Arc is going to lunch.
Yeah, but
Arc
he also had
leaking.
lunch with Sabielby.
Leaking.
He also had
recruiting
lunch with
Sabielby.
I don't think
I hope it's the
that
Outlaws.
So. It's not the Outlaws. The only way it would be the Outlaws is if people were upset that friendship is so valued in the team, because it seems like they're very friendship based. So I feel like some people might be like,
that was their whole thing coming into this, wasn't it?
Yeah. But I feel like some players might be like, okay, we got to do what's best for the team, not necessarily what's best for our friends.
Mm-hmm.
So that might be a thing, but I don't think so. I think it's Valiant or Gladiators. If I had to put money on it, which I'm not, just to clarify, I'm not putting money on it, I'd say it's Gladiators.
I'd probably say it's Boston.
Interesting.
Boston just seems terrible. Here's an idea. The Shock trade Dante for Gamsu striker from Boston. No, we don't want Calder. We don't need to flex support. Sleepy's too good.
Kelix is main support.
We don't need a main support either. You barely even need a main support anymore.
That's
what are you going to play, Moira? Sleepy's good at everything.
And Moth is good.
Sleepy was on... Oh, yeah, that's what I meant. Moth is good.
But also Sleepy is good.
I'm excited for Moth to play something other than Mercy and feed the entire time. But I love him.
Hey, Moth didn't feed as much as Dak did. Anyway, so we're really excited for
why did I pick San Francisco?
Because you liked the Diva skin color.
Is that actually why? Is that what I said?
Yes, I was like, Calder, we're all gonna get the Outlaws skins, and then you were like, oh, I already bought mine. And I was like, what? Why? Which one did you buy? And you were like, I bought the Shock Diva skin. I was like, why'd you choose the Shock? And you were like, I like the orange. It looks good on Diva. And that's why you chose the Shock. You can bounce anytime.
No, I'm stuck now. I can't.
Although you did say that if they all leave, you're not sticking with Shock.
Yeah, and by all I mean if Dante, Architect, Troy Hoban leave.
What if
half of
Sinatra
the
leaves? What if
I'm not too tied to
Sinatra?
Sinatra
What if
right now.
Sinatra, Sleepy, and Nevix leave?
If Sleepy leaves, I'll be disappointed.
Will you switch teams if Sleepy leaves?
I'm not too invested in Sinatra right now. I know he's good and stuff, but like,
If Sleepy leaves, will you still cheer for the team?
Depends who we get back.
I was getting,
And if it's just a transfer, then yes.
Well, wow. Wait, if it's just a transfer, you still cheer for the team?
No, I'm not cheering for that.
Oh, okay. I was getting concerned. I was like, shoot, am I going to have to pick another team? Because the Outlaws are like, not, I don't know. I was just getting nervous about the Outlaws for a long time.
Like, there was nothing for you to be nervous about the entire time.
I don't know. It's just, they had a bit of a disappointing season. All right? And they haven't made a ton of big changes. I guess they haven't signed any players yet. But, like, they
haven't been allowed to sign anyone yet. So
they released a couple players.
No, they only released one, didn't they?
They released Mendo and Clockwork.
But they're still with the team.
But, I mean, roster spots.
Yeah. We
got roster spots in place of Mendo, Clockwork, and
Fact Fiction.
So I was like, I don't know, dude. I was just nervous for some reason, but I'm actually quite excited. I feel like they're gonna do really great because Raucus and Bonnie looked a lot better than they did during the season at World Cup.
Because they get to play different heroes, right?
Yeah.
Like for the entire season, they were only playing Mercy or Zen.
Yeah.
So, anyway, we should move on because we got to make this one a quick.
Yeah, we do have to make this one a quick. Not just because you have a place to go, but also because they've been too long lately.
Well, that's kind of a you problem. You're the producer.
Not really. You also talk.
You're the producer.
You do also talk.
You're most of the talking, though.
You do also talk on this podcast. Whoa!
Hello?
Someone's breaking into your home.
Hopefully.
I hear pots. I hear plates being clattered.
Do you really?
Are you in trouble? Go check.
I do have 4 other roommates, so.
Oh.
And I lock my door, so.
Oh, because you don't trust him.
Oh, that light is on. Interesting.
Michael says, sources say Atlanta secures Element Mystic players and are going to be a mixed roster. More about this info in the link in the video below, blah, blah, blah. If you don't think this is big, you're not a true Overwatch esports fan, and that's a fact. Oh, that's a drop in bands, he says. So yeah, this is quite huge, but we mentioned before. No, we haven't mentioned this yet. It's the next story that I guess we'll cover. There's a player named Jesse who was on Element Mystic, who declined an offer to go to Atlanta because he didn't want a mixed roster. He wants to be in a full Korean environment roster.
And then he commented on Michael's stream the other day and said League One is not true.
He said it's not true. Even though then Michael said it is true, he's just saying that. So who do you believe?
So I'd go with Jesse. I feel like we should give the players
benefit of the
more
doubt
rights instead of the boys just leaking things.
Here's what I'll say. I disagree. I'm on I believe Michael more here because every time a leak boy leaks something about a player, they always go, this guy doesn't know what they're talking about, and then it's true.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just from past experience.
I just like to support players.
So do I, but I also like to go off cold hard facts. So
your eyes were so far out of your head.
Cold hard facts. So,
also, someone commented here, lol, not surprised. Under the Jesse tweet about him, not going there. I wonder if Overwatch League should ban Korean teams from entering the league like they banned us from entering Apex Kappa. No.
No. I'm gonna go in no. I feel like that's a joke, but still.
I mean,
no.
Yeah, we're not gonna do that.
Here's the thing.
I'm gonna decide.
Yeah. Unless we'll see how season 2 goes, but unless unless the league becomes 90% Koreans, I think it's just have whoever you want on your team. Mm-hmm. But if it's because then it's it's just a Korean league. And it's what's the point of having a worldwide league if it's just all Korean? So if that was the case and it became 90% Korean, I'd say have something like League of Legends does, where there's certain import slots, where it's you can only have a certain amount of players from certain places. The only issue there is that they have a North America league, a Europe league, and a Korea league. And so it's just if you have 2 import slots on the team, you can have an EU and a Korea, or 2 EUs, 2 Koreas, whatever. But the issue there is the Overwatch League isn't necessarily NA, EU, or so
and I don't think there ever will be a problem with only having Koreans there, because as we were talking about before, the rest of the world's kind of catching up already.
And import slots kind of really limit stuff. It really limits. Yeah. Anyway, so I think we'll be fine.
Yeah. Anyway, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
From what I understand.
So just a little bit more specific on the Jesse offer. Apparently it was $120K, which is almost as much as Sinatra was paid.
That's a lot of bones.
Yeah. That's a lot, especially
Sinatra was 150, Siegel was 200.
Yeah, but 120 is pretty close to 150 is what I'm saying.
And I think Carpe was 170 or something like that, but it was never confirmed.
But Sinatra, big name before Overwatch League, very good, very young, lots of potential to grow. Didn't even play half the season. $150K. Jesse, not super well known, doesn't, as far as I know, doesn't stream very often, isn't some big popular part of the Overwatch community.
This could just be because he's Korean, right?
True. But still, first season, $120K. Very interesting.
We are going to see salaries inflate a little bit.
Mickey will probably be paid $2 million.
No, probably not.
I mean,
there's some people talking about how he might get benched.
Yeah.
Which I don't think will happen.
And you can't get that Dennis Hawklow award again if you get benched. That's not true.
Or you could
probably get it again.
Yeah. Anyway.
Next story.
ShadowBurn not coming to Overwatch League Season 2? What? What's going on? Forehead 5 hive. Is that a Twitch emoji? Twitch emote?
Forehead 5 5?
5 hive.
5 hive?
Yeah.
Don't believe so.
Michael tweeted, sources, what comes as a big surprise, ShadowBurn has been struggling to receive offers and trials. He has even had to resort to making PR moves to boost his desirability with Overwatch teams. This is in reference to him giving his fan a PC. More info can be found here. Then he links to his video. And then Michael says his personal thoughts. My personal thoughts. I am really shocked that ShadowBurn has been passed up by almost all Overwatch League teams. He has proven himself plenty of times, and most recently in Overwatch World Cup. I think the PR move was definitely smart, but again, it's like, why does he need to do that? He's so good. And then he says, I'm not saying it was only for PR. Like, he obviously wanted to help the kid.
Yeah.
But I just like, yeah.
What I got from this was, in no way was I like when I heard about ShadowBurn giving a fan a PC, not a single like fiber of my being was like, dude, he must not be getting signed. Like,
yeah.
I was just like, oh, that's nice.
I doubt that it was.
I don't think it's
him
related.
not getting offers. I
do think he, like, clearly, I don't think he's getting. I think he'll get signed still, but like, I guess he's not getting as. I wouldn't be surprised if he's not getting as many offers as we'd think, but I don't think he was like, I'm not getting as many offers as I thought I would. I'm going to give my fan a PC. What? That's such a weird connection.
It's not like he can get signed by a majority of the teams right now anyway.
Yeah.
So it's a weird leak.
It's just assuming that he's going to an expansion team and assuming that they would have announced it by now.
Yeah. Bad leak, Michael.
Michael, we generally are like, good leak. This one, bad leak.
Yeah.
I think it's a bit, you know what? Not bad leak, dumb leak. I think it's just a bit of a dumb leak.
And also,
yeah.
Like,
and also in the same video, he mentioned that they might be trading Muma. Like, they might use him as like a cash thing. And I'm like, why?
Like a transfer?
Yeah.
What? You already got rid of Fact Fiction.
Yeah. And Muma's the best main tank, the best NA main tank in the world. The best main tank in North America.
Space.
He's an off tank, you goofmeister.
I'm sorry. Super, that's what I meant.
No. But like,
but he's young.
I said that on this like subreddit for this video, like in the comments. I was like, what? There's no way Houston is trading Muma for cash. That's so dumb. He's the best main tank in North America. And then like 3 people replied to me saying, yeah, but since he's the best main tank in NA, that means they'll get even more money. And I'm like, are you dumb? Like, I don't know. It's stupid. That one was even dumb.
That would really destroy like the whole Outlaws chemistry thing
if Muma went, yeah.
Anyway.
Next story.
We're angry now. So many emotions this episode. Sadness.
Los Angeles Valiant signed Cookie.
This is a Cookie move.
You get an exhale out my nose from now on.
He was transferred, which means they e-transferred Soul Dynasty some money for Kooky. Yep. What if they actually just e-transferred people, like other teams' money? They're like, I'll just e-transfer you this $20,000.
Fun fact, Kooky has only tweeted once. I'm going to see what this tweet is. You keep talking about this move.
Is it just it's just a retweet of that post. Yeah, I don't know. Who's the Valiant main tank right now? Or not main tank. What position does Cookie play? Off tank? Let me search this. I'm sorry. I'm not a living dictionary.
Either way, it's Fate and Space. So those are both crazy good.
Oh, yeah. It's main tank. So it's Fate.
And you were right. His only tweet is a retweet of his transfer. What about tweets and replies?
So he's not starting.
Still just one. Okay. Well.
Let's just... Oh, golly gee. I almost... something over. Oh, what a silly boy. Yeah, so Cookie's 27 and plays main tank.
So he'd be Fate's
backup.
And
so his blood type is B. That's one of his trivia things on Wikipedia.
Cool. We needed to know that his blood type is B.
Well, if you see him bleeding now, you could just... If you have the right blood type.
I guess so.
Yeah, it's just I guess it's maybe they want to have him as like a coach at some point. I don't really know.
I mean, it's good to have some competition for people. Like, even if he
Yeah.
never gets it onto the main roster, it's good to have him competing with Fate, just so Fate's like, oh shoot, I gotta keep being
Or
good.
maybe they could see him as like a coach for Fate, like a mentor, maybe.
Maybe.
Because I'm not sure Fate's too worried about losing his job.
No.
Obviously, he did very well last year.
He is on the World Cup team for South Korea.
Do you know they get $15,000 for coming in first in that qualifier?
Wow.
Hmm.
How much for second?
No idea.
Probably like
10,
yeah, maybe.
16.
Speaking of World Cup, let's jump onto that, huh?
I mean, we could if you want to. I don't.
We'll do it real quick. We need to
No,
know.
let's keep talking about Kooky.
What else do you have to say about Kooky?
It's a Kooky move.
All right, so in the Thailand group stage of the World Cup, the teams that played were China, Australia, Denmark, Sweden, Thailand, Spain.
I told you China was gonna do well.
I also said they would probably.
You little dirt boy, but you were on the fence. I was too. But they did well. You me, I too.
So.
So angry. He's so angry at me, everybody.
I'm so angry.
Adam literally wants to strangle me.
So, I'm pretty sure, because I read a tweet from Reinforce saying that after the Denmark-Sweden game, Sweden already didn't have a chance to make it. But they won against Denmark, and I'm pretty sure that them beating Denmark made it so that Australia could still make it.
Yeah, that's what it says here.
Because Reinforce tweeted saying that after that game, he was very sad because even though they won, he was disappointed that they didn't make it. And then Custa came up and gave him a big hug and apparently said thank you to everybody on Sweden in like a not meme way, but like a thank you guys kind of way. So that was nice.
Because Australia just got in by map differential, basically. So, yeah. Like Sweden, Denmark, and Australia both were 3-2 over the weekend. But Australia was 14-7, Denmark was 12-9, and Sweden was 11-10.
Yeah.
Now Thailand, not good. Not sure what we were expecting.
I mean, they got Mickey.
Spain a little worse than I thought. Maybe one game. Spain, come on, boys.
Yeah.
But yeah, China wasn't unexpected, but I don't think like the casual fan, like the people listening to this and us, I don't think they expected China to do this well.
I mean, I expected them. Here's the thing. I expected China and Australia to do this well. I didn't expect Sweden to not do as well.
Yeah. I read somewhere that it was just because Sweden's kind of an older team and not really the same as they were last year when they came third.
I guess so. But yeah, it's a bit of a bummer. But I'm happy for China. Apparently, I don't know how to pronounce it. Zhushu.
Oh, I saw a video.
Guxue had crazy stats.
Gyushu.
So he's probably going to make it onto the one of the Chinese teams.
Yeah.
Because apparently he's
a lot of these. There's probably a lot of players from here that'll get picked, like from the World Cup in general, that'll get picked up.
Yeah, like Reinforce.
No,
I'm joking.
Do we want to do predictions for the France stage?
Let's do predictions
And
for
then
the
just
France
get
stage.
her on out of here.
Yeah. My guess, we'll just say top 2, and then a runner-up. How about that?
Yeah.
Top 2 for me. UK and France.
Interesting.
Runner-up Germany.
Interesting. Just looking at teams very quickly. I'm
I'm
going
just basing
France,
off my
Germany.
knowledge.
I'm going France, Germany. Then doesn't Italy just sound like the worst Overwatch team? I'm going to go France, Germany, then UK.
Okay,
But like when you think about Italy, have you ever thought, "Oh, wow, that sounds like they're a really good team"?
no. But I've also, if I'm being honest, never thought that about Austria
Yeah. Well, like
or Chinese Taipei.
Well, I'm just saying, like right now.
So I say, also, it wasn't necessarily in that order. I think it's going to go France number 1, UK number 2, Germany number 3. And do you think it's going to be France number 1, Germany number 2, UK number 3?
Maybe Netherlands.
Nope.
I feel like there's a slight chance.
Yeah, I feel like they might be the kind of the black horse.
Dark horse. But you can bring race into it if you'd like.
I didn't bring a race into it, dude.
Just like you always do. Making everything about race.
Nope.
The 100-meter dash.
Anyway,
that kind of race. What? It's just people running fast. Why are you so angry? You can still buy tickets for the Bangkok qualifier. So we should do that.
Nope. Not gonna go all the way to Bangkok. We didn't even go to LA.
Yeah, I know. I mean, Paris is closer.
Is Paris closer than LA?
I don't think so.
Do you think is Bangkok closer than LA?
Oh, no. I'm gonna say no on that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with a no on that.
The virtual ticket thing for Blizzard. What is that? What is going on there?
You don't know what the virtual ticket is?
Like, does it just like? Do you need to buy that to watch the World Cup finals?
No.
Are you sure?
Virtual ticket, I'm pretty sure, lets you in on exclusive streams that aren't shown on the main stage, and then it also gives you a bunch of goodies.
Okay. So like, okay, so we don't need to pay $65
to watch BlizzCon? No.
Okay. Or what if we want to get that Sombra skin?
Wait, actually, I don't know. Maybe you do.
I don't think you would.
But here's the thing: people are paying to go to BlizzCon.
But people pay to go to the Overwatch League too.
That's true, and people pay to go to E3 yet.
Yeah, it doesn't say anything about needing it for this anywhere there. But then why? Then why are they selling it for the BlizzCon playoffs?
Because you get a bunch of goodies, and maybe I don't know.
It's weird. Anyway,
we'll look into that and maybe talk about it next week. Probably not though. Anyway, everybody, thank you for watching this week's episode of the Broverwatch podcast. It's been
I feel like this was a quick 4-5.
Let's see how much it was. 40. It's just hitting 44 minutes. Let's see if we can end it right on 45. Anyway, everybody, thank you for watching the Broverwatch podcast. We appreciate you. We love you. Of course, follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Our Twitter is the Broverwatch. Our Instagram is
Broverwatch podcast.
There you go.
And keep an eye out for our subreddit, boys. Oh, Daddy's gonna get some.
Probably not ever gonna happen.
Daddy's gonna get some.
Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. We love you. We appreciate you, and we will catch you next time. I'm really trying to end it on this 45 mark. Okay, bye everybody. We love you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. 20 seconds left. Hey, and the music is amping up. This is an exciting moment. Whoa, dude. Okay. I apologize for the last bit of this podcast. We love you. We appreciate you. We'll see you later. Bye, guys.